Walk in the middle of the street. Let me see if I see you. Oh, right there.
Come running, gas ain't gunning, force speed busting like a NASCAR race car. Feels like murder, grab my burner, about to take 'em out, keep up.
All right, guys, I scouted this place out. We're at the Bearded Man in Australia, getting ready for the first slam of the year.
Trim the top a little bit, or?
It's a big decision, huh? Hey, he's sitting there like, do I trust him?
Exactly. Yeah, Monfils retired from Australian Open. Bad haircut.
What's your favorite slam, Val?
Well,
Better say Paris.
Nah, man, easy. Honestly, it's Paris.
I'm gonna say here. I prefer playing here than in New York, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. There's something about Australia.
Yeah.
Something about
Me, it's Paris, but New York, man. I have some.
I mean, other than playing Roger one time,
Roger?
that atmosphere was nuts. Yeah, night on Ash is tough to beat. That's something I'm always gonna remember my whole career.
Hey, look, hey, the OG come in.
What's up, Pop?
Dang, man.
What's up, brody?
Every 3 days I try to shave. What happens is when the white stuff start coming, you got to do it maybe every 2 days.
The white stuff, you mean the gray hair?
Yeah.
Coaching will make you turn gray.
At what point were you like, dang, Coco is special? Like this girl got something.
When she was the clay court national, she was 10, and she was trying to be the youngest to win it because Capriati had the record of the. And I didn't know how bad she wanted it, but her expression at the end of it was, yes, yes, yes. I'm like, tears, and I was like, dang, she really wanted this.
Val, you've been on tour how long now? 10 years?
16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
16. So having been in the game for 16 years, what's like some key advice you can give to Foe?
Surely he knows he's like enjoy the game because the game is long. You know, you're not here for 10 years. You may be here for 20 years. So you know, it's not like you might think this loss is tough, but you're gonna have plenty more. And at the end, be yourself. Like be yourself.
How do you think your mindset was when you're like my age comparing to like? I mean, you're like 90 now. Like.
Hey, he gonna remember that. Hey, you don't want to see him next tournament. He gonna remember you said that. I did the heavy lifting this time, finding this spot. It's on you next time, Zach. Indian Wells. Indian Wells, it's on you.
I just realized that at the end of that, they said, we'll do it again at Indian Wells. Of course, they probably haven't had a haircut since then, as we welcome in Jon Wertheim joining Mary and me. I never really thought of Gael Monfils as the wise old sage of men's tennis, but John, he was giving Francis some sage advice there, no?
16 years. I mean, I'm still trying to process that concept of the barbershop. I feel like we're watching an old-timey movie. But no, that was a great little behind-the-scenes snapshot. Credit to Andrew Lee, who you can see with his deft handiwork with the camera. And I think that piece is a reminder that these are professional athletes, but they are on the road and they need to find dentists and they need to find places to get their hair cut. We forget about the essential service that is a barbershop. But that was great to see. And you're right, seeing Gael Monfils on the age and the sort of the sage role is something we're not used to.
And by the way, our thanks to the Bearded Man in Melbourne that played host to us and the fellas on that day. I want to hit a couple other topics here. You know, one of the unfortunate byproducts of the pandemic and the hiatus is that college seniors around the country are losing their senior years and their graduation ceremonies, and college senior athletes in particular are losing their senior seasons. Well, this week, all the tennis players who attended college sent out messages to the senior players at their alma maters, congratulating them each by name. Take a look at this one from Kevin Anderson.
Hey guys, this is Kevin Anderson, and I just wanted to give a very special shout out to all the graduating seniors at the University of Illinois men's tennis team. I know you guys are going to be set for success after your time there, and I'd also like to extend this to all graduating seniors across the country. I know that the time spent at your universities are really going to give you a great platform for all the success in the years to come. Stay healthy, stay safe, keep working hard, keep believing in yourself, and I hope to see you on the road soon.
So John Isner did it for the Georgia kids, and Stevie Johnson did it for the SC kids. Mary, nice touch?
Yeah, it's so classy. It's typical Kevin Anderson. You know, he speaks from his heart. He enjoyed his college time. It took him a while to play his very best tennis on the professional tour. This is this is just a reminder of what a gentleman he really is.
Kevin Anderson, who was recruited by Craig Tiley at University of Illinois. But I'll tell you something interesting, guys. I actually just talked to a college coach this morning, and a lot of those seniors are coming back. Remember, the NCAA said that you still have eligibility if you're a spring sport athlete, and there are a lot of tennis coaches right now that are kind of sort of scrambling. They have 4.5 scholarships. There are seniors that are returning for what would be a 5th year because of this NCAA rule. And now there are a lot of coaches scrambling. How am I going to divvy up those scholarships? So some of those seniors will go off, and Kevin Anderson, very classy, wishing them well. But some of those seniors are going to be returning for college for another year. And that is creating some complicated situations for some coaches, guys.
Very interesting. We're moving on to a bit of a different topic here. You guys remember the good old days when Novak Djokovic was receiving spiritual advice from his guru, Pepe Imaz? That was fun. Well, it appears that Novak has a new guru. Take a look.
So basically what you're talking about is a holistic approach to life, right? Across the board. If you change, which means basically if you change one part of your life, it affects the whole system. It affects everything because our entire body is working as a one whole harmonic system that is perfectly managing all its metabolic
This goes on
functions.
for a while, so we're just going to jump in. Mary, the floor is yours.
Well, we didn't show the part that is important. Honestly, Novak and that other guy talk about the idea that you can, if there's toxic water and you meditate and pray over it, you can make it better. The people of Flint, Michigan would love to hear that news. Look, it's not a surprise that Novak speaks in these ways. This I find particularly dangerous. I mean, he's not the kind of guy whose favorite music changes in every room he moves in. We know that he's got a plant-based diet. We know that he believes in meditation, in prayer, in holistic healing. He hated that he had to get his elbow cut. He tried to stave that off for a long time because he genuinely thought he could heal his own body. But this is, if you listen to it, go online and listen to it and see why someone like me, I'm very disturbed that Djokovic and that other guy are saying you can change toxic water to drinking water. I don't know. John, did you react to it the same way I did?
Yeah, I feel really torn here because at some level we encourage people to challenge. We encourage people to challenge conventional wisdom. If Novak Djokovic wants to look into alternative therapies and peace and love, and if he wants to hear them say Novak, Novak, when they're really saying Roger, Roger, that's his license. He's entitled. That's benefited him.
That's not what we're talking about.
We are a very short step away, though, from going from that into these conspiracy theories. I thought that anti-vax stand was absolutely indefensibly wrong. I think at a time of coronavirus, when false stories and conspiracy theories and honestly bleach consumption and UV rays are becoming legitimized, I think he really needs to be careful. There are consequences from this. And again, if you want to talk about peace, love, like Brett said, we can have a laugh at that. If you want to challenge different sort of sports psychology, and that's going to help you on the court, God bless you, that's very healthy. But I think it's a very short jump to these conspiracy theories, which now more than ever are really dangerous. So I was disappointed, like you, Mary, to see that, because I think, again, I think there's a real responsibility that comes from being number one, and part of that is respecting science and objective truth.
I'm more than disappointed, John. I mean, and look, again, we know that Novak is kind of a woo-woo sort of a guy, but this is dangerous stuff. And it's gotten, when I looked at it, I saw it about 5 o'clock this morning. It already had about 500,000 hits. I really hope he backs down from that, somehow walks it back. But again, this is Novak. This is part and parcel of who the guy is. As I said, though, if what he said were true, send those powers to Flint, Michigan right now, because years have gone on and that community is still suffering with toxic water.
For the record, the guy's name is Chervin Jafaraya, and if you want to see the entire exchange between him and Novak to make a judgment for yourself, you can search his social media platforms or Novak's and get the full picture. We'll take a quick break here, and we will hear from the players who are taking part in tomorrow's UTR event in Florida.